Lennox Lewis and Tyson Fury, the best British heavyweights of all time, according to Tyson Fury. And let me counterpunch. I think Lennox Lewis definitely. Tyson Fury, um, it's hard to say because if he stays retired and he does nothing else with his heavyweight career, I think Lennox Lewis has become the undisputed heavyweight champion. Tyson Fury has never been an undisputed heavyweight champion. I don't know if Tyson Fury, I don't know what he feels brings him there. He'll call himself the lineal champion, the WBO. He never defended the title when he did beat Klitschko. If he would have beat Klitschko twice convincingly, which he did the first time, sure. But calling him the greatest heavyweight or one of the greatest heavyweight champions and putting himself in that circle of Lennox Lewis, I think is premature. Because Lennox Lewis was a guy that self-proclaimed himself as to be the best. He beat Wilder, but Wilder has been beaten twice since then. Wilder was only the WBC champion, which Tyson Fury, needless to say, became the WBC champion. He did own or hold every belt. He only defended one belt, and the defense was poor. You think about it. Wilder for the third time, Derek Chisora, Francis Ngannou, which wasn't a boxer anyway, and then he lost him to Alexander Usyk, and I believe that was that. I don't think he fought anyone else. Well, Dillian White, he did fight Dillian White because he gave Dillian White his opportunity in 22. Okay, so he beat Dillian White convincingly. But as far as the greatest, no, because the guy you ridiculed, the guy that people claimed that you ran from, you eventually fought and you lost twice back to back. So I don't think that Tyson Fury honestly should put himself in the same boat as Lennox Lewis. Because Lennox Lewis lost twice. Okay, McCall and Rockman. And he beat them both. Sure, McCall was kind of weird, but he did attempt to fight McCall, right? But Rockman, yeah, it was oopsie. You know what I'm saying? So he came right back and did that. So he's beaten everyone he's ever fought. You know what I mean? And he's avenged every loss he's ever had, including the two that I just mentioned. So Tyson Fury can't say that. You know what I mean? Tyson Fury lost to one guy. Now he could fight Alexander Usyk again because there is speculations of a third fight. So, if he beats Alexander Usyk, then he may have an argument because he's beaten the one guy that beat him twice. You see what I mean? But after seeing those performances, we know that Usyk's better than him. Okay, so, but we are talking about British heavyweights. Who are the other ones? So, again, if you narrow it down to just Great Britain, who do you have? Frank Bruno, Anthony Joshua, Dillian White. Who else is on that list of heavyweights? You have a lot of guys that are up and coming, but, Huey Fury, so, you could argue that he is, but I don't think that he's better than Lennox Lewis, since he included himself. I think actually it's quite kind of humbling. Why? It's humbling because normally Tyson Fury would say he's just the best ever. He's the best heavyweight that ever came out of his mother's you-know-what type mindset. Now he's saying me and Lennox Lewis, like, this is a gang of elite people and we're the two best. You know what I mean? From one era to the other era. So, but Tyson Fury did beat Vladimir Klitschko. He did beat Deontay Wilder, and he did beat Dillian White. And Dillian White was one of those guys that once upon a time was pretty good. You know, it would be different if he would have fought Dillian White a couple years before that. That would have made, or maybe 3 years before that, that would have actually made a better impact. But it's a lot of people he didn't fight, so we don't really know how good he was. Joe Joyce, Zili Zhang, Oscar Rivas, you know, it's guys that he could have fought that he actually avoided. Whereas I do think Lennox Lewis actually fought the guys that people wanted him to fight, like Vitaly Klitschko and Mike Tyson and David Tua and, you know, many others. So, no, I think Tyson Fury's resume is actually kind of incomplete to be saying those type of things, honestly. You know, but he is a very good heavyweight. And understand, like, Tyson Fury's ring IQ is very, very good. You know, I just think that he should have fought more guys instead of claiming to be the best. He should have fought the best instead of claiming to be the best. You know what I mean? To show people he's the best or one of the best. But as far as British heavyweights, you guys let me know what you think. I will do a poll. So you guys tell me what you think about Tyson Fury's claims that him and Lennox Lewis are the best heavyweights in the UK. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.